Okay, yeah, it should be live now, so just getting everything set up here for the stream. So, yeah, should be good about now. But yeah, hopefully there's no frame rate drops or anything during the stream. But, yeah, I guess welcome back to the CPU tournament. So I said that I wasn't going to do CPU Tournament Season 3 until all the DLC fighters were released, which I was going to wait for, but in the last Nintendo Direct, I believe it was the Nintendo Direct they announced this, or it could have been the video following the Nintendo Direct about Banjo, but more DLC fighters are going to be released for the game outside of the Fighters Pass, so that means that I have to kind of, I guess, get ready for that, but I don't really want to wait until all of the other DLC fighters release, because that could take, you know, a few years or something like that. So I figured I would go CPU Tournament Season 3 here, and then I think the 4th one, or maybe the 5th one, because I might do 5 just to get 5 done, because I want it to be a number that was either like 3 or 5. So one of those. The reason I just want to like limit myself and not do too many of these is because they're really easy to record and things like that, and although they are somewhat popular compared to a lot of my other videos, it's just that I don't want people to like just be thinking that I'm always trying to take the easy way out of things. That's why I don't really do spectator mode and things like that. But yeah, Season 3, this will feature BanjoKazooie, Hero, and Sans, because they have all been added to the game, so Mii's are going to be a part of this tournament. Sadly, we do lose Captain Falcon and King Dedede from the tournaments due to them having won the previous 2 seasons, so they cannot be in this season in any of the fights. But I'm sure it will still be interesting even without them, hopefully. So I know that Falcon was always like my favorite one to watch due to him always doing flashy plays, but I'm sure we'll get maybe not a replacement, but someone like him in the future. But yeah, let me go ahead and shuffle this a few times just to randomize it, as I did choose the characters that would be appearing, but I do want it to be randomized for the rest of the stuff. It's just so that way Sans could be in, because you can't actually have Mii's chosen random. So, yeah, I would say this is enough shuffling, so I guess let's get started. So if you don't know how these CPU tournaments work, basically 2 CPUs that are level 9 will battle each other until one on one side is left and one on the other side is left, and then they will battle, and that will determine the winner. That winner gets to move on to the Contest of Champions, which is a tournament that will have 16 winners from the 16 main tournaments that happen, and then we'll eventually end up with 2 on both sides, just like this format, and then the winner of that will be the winner for this season. So, yeah, guess let's get started with round 1. That means there are going to be 16 tournaments, and they're going to be bi-weekly on Tuesday and Thursdays, although I'm doing this one on Wednesday because this is the first episode. The next one will be tomorrow, and then after that it'll just be Tuesday and Thursday. I might do a bit more, depending on if I want to do another CPU tournament that week, but it'll mainly just be a Tuesday and Thursday thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with Cena versus Sonic. Mega Man 2 Retro Melody is going to be playing on the Wily Castle here. Oh, I just realized, I think I might have unintentionally left the DLC stages in the lineup, so if I do run into any of them, I will be removing them in the next tournament just to make sure that we get legal stages, as so far none of the DLC stages have been legal. But yeah, it's pretty even at the start here. Both characters kind of going for a head start there, although back to neutral Sonic lands a forward smash that he kind of just randomly threw out. Oh, now he's going back to spin dashing. Cena not really countering the spin dash or anything, which is what I normally do against Sonic's spin dash, as there's nothing really he can do in that move whenever he's moving towards you. Whenever he's already hit you, then he can move, but it's not like he can cancel it in this game or anything. Yeah, Lucina seems to have regained the lead here, although now Sonic's gained it by 0.8. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty even game, this one, I feel. Sonic has a bit of a disadvantage due to range, but definitely has a speed advantage on the ground, at least. I believe he also is faster than Lucina in air, but I would have to double check that. Gets a kill with a forward, or not forward, up smash there. And if you do notice, these matches aren't exactly 7 minutes long, just like the regular matches in Smash, they are instead 5 minutes long. Because they usually take a bit less than that, but I do need to have a timer on them or else they'll last for a while. Or at least some of them will. So, could see sudden deaths in certain games, but this will at least help prevent it from taking, like, 2 hours to get through these tournaments. And instead it lasts for about an hour. Yeah, Cena with a forward air there, getting Sonic's first stock, so now they're even in terms of stock, although Sonic does have a 44.7% lead on Lucina, now 49.8% after that forward air. Don't really know what happened there, but Sonic was able to get out of it. Cena really needs to start trying to outrange Sonic's attacks or counter just something like that to be able to get in some damage on Sonic this stock. She has gotten a bit, but it's not going to be enough to kill Sonic anytime soon unless you edit his card. Yeah, she keeps kind of retreating off stage, which isn't really something that she should be doing. Although Lucina really hasn't done that well in tournaments in the past, so despite her being one of the better characters in the game, in my opinion. And a lot of other people's, but where exactly she sits, I will be doing a tier list, I think, either this weekend or next weekend. That's going to be the 4.0 and 5.0 tier list, as nothing really changed in between them, so, like, nothing too major at least. So yeah, I've been working on that a bit, and I'll continue working on it pretty soon. I meant to give one out before 5.0, but then it kind of just released really quickly. It's been out for a week now, almost, so. Although I feel like the next update's not going to be as soon. Although, I was kind of in the middle of talking, but it seems like Lucina has taken the lead, although they both lost a stock. And Sonic's starting to fall a bit behind. Cena was playing really well while I was talking. Gonna land a neutral air there. Sonic not gonna be able to recover from that. Cena with the footstool, I believe, there. But, yeah, it looks like Lucina is going to be moving on to round 2. Didn't really have that great of a beginning, but definitely improved as she went. And these games get a lot faster the more that happen, because the slower players kind of get taken out and then the faster players will be moved in. But for this game, we've got Little Mac versus Hero. So.
3, 2, 1, go!
Mac got him to dodge that Crackle Slash rather than, like, counter it. Or I don't actually know if you could counter it, I'm assuming you could. I guess I never tested. Little Mac gonna go for an edge guard here against Hero. Lands a forward smash, and it is going to be enough to KO as well. For sure at that percent. Yeah, Hero's not really able to do much here. Don't necessarily know why. Could be because he's playing a bit more grounded. I guess that actually makes sense. I had never thought of this matchup like that, but most time Hero's going to be on the ground, and Little Mac is the third fastest character in the game and has a lot of good ground moves, so staying on the ground isn't necessarily something you want to do against him, especially whenever he's incredibly weak in the air didn't speak there, but yeah, he's incredibly weak in the air. And this hero is somewhat weak in the air, not as weak as Mac, but definitely prefers the ground as well. Although Hero also has really good spacing tools like Slide Special, which he's not really using. And that new special is going to be enough to take Little Mac's first stock there. Land at down smash air, and it is going to be enough to eliminate Hero there. Trying to search for Zoom, although he didn't find it. Flame Slash there is going to have enough range to be able to hit Mac. I mean, it has about the same amount of ranges as the Slide Special there that he did. Kind of like how these CPUs kind of are walking around at the ledge, and they'll like take a step forward and then back and do some sort of dance. Wonder if Mac's going to be able to land this KO punch. He could have there, and it would have killed for sure. There he goes. So, yeah, definitely an unexpected outcome, but Little Mac is going to be moving on to round 2 after defeating Hero. And we'll have to fight Cena in the next round, so I don't think things might go well for Little Mac that game, but who knows. Now we've got Sans versus Piranha Plant. I didn't expect this matchup, but I guess it's here now. This is what Smash Ultimate is about, is bringing characters that you wouldn't think would be together to battle each other, but yeah, still didn't really expect this whenever I saw the E3 trailer for the first time. Yeah, just thinking about that trailer is insane, like, how much the game has changed since then, and like all the characters that have been added and all this stuff. Like, whenever I saw the trailer, I wasn't necessarily into Smash. I played Smash 4 in Brawl, but I wasn't into competitive. I was much more casual then, because I didn't even know there would be a competitive Smash or things like that. I guess I had known about Melee, since let's stock there to Piranha Plant stop Smash out of shield. I guess how to parry, but yeah, it's really weird to like think about how much that changed, because now I stream Ultimate and play the game pretty much all the time. It's my most played game on the Switch by like 1,000 hours almost, so it's been really weird to see how much like I've changed within that small amount of time. Like, it hasn't even been a year since the game released, but it's been a year since that trailer. I pretty much went from like knowing what Smash was and playing it a bit to playing it pretty much 24/7. So yeah, but I guess I didn't see when Piranha Plant lost his stock, but now it's even stock. Sam's a bit behind, but not something that he can't come back from for sure. Don't know what that was. I guess he can still recover though. Yeah, that back air from Sans there, really good edge guard on Piranha Plant due to the way that he was recovering. Sans was just able to take the stock pretty easily, even though he was at a bit of a disadvantage in terms of percent before that edge guard started. What was that? Hold on a second, that was like up throw, and to drag down up air into up throw, into another up air, but it wasn't drag down. That's not true, I don't think. I haven't heard of that. That would definitely be something I probably would have heard of if Wii Fit Trainer had it. Or not Wii Fit Trainer, Mii Gunner, I don't know why I said Wii Fit, but I guess they don't have that either. But I feel like that would have been talked about whenever Mii Gunner was really popular before Sans. Like whenever the game released. Because the Miis were unbanned after being banned in Smash 4 for some reason. I guess unpredictable moveset, but yeah, up tilt from Piranha Plant is going to be able to take Sans stock, so Piranha Plant looking not that great. Yeah, that's going to be the game there. Looks like Sans is going to be moving on to round 2 after defeating Piranha Plant. Next we have BanjoKazooie versus Cloud. If you would have said, like, that this would be a possible thing to see on the screen, then I doubt anyone would have believed you, but I guess here we are now. I guess that goes back into what I was saying about Ultimate release and all that stuff. But, yeah, gonna be on Castle Siege here. I don't think the stage is legal anymore, but whenever I had done some of the CPU tournaments it was. I still like the stage personally, and play on it, just because I like stage diversity in the game, rather than playing on the same stages, like Pokemon Stadium 2 and Pokemon Stadium 2. At least with like the Battlefield and Omega forms, it's got a different background and like different background music and all this stuff. It's got variety, I guess, even though it lacks some variety compared to other stages. I'd much rather take that than, like, the current list of legal stages. Although I still play on stages that, at least were at one time legal, or they're legal for reasons that... Or they're, like, illegal for reasons that are related to them being a copy of another stage, like Dreamland 64 and Battlefield being pretty similar to each other. Or, like, Midgar. Yeah, Banjo is going to be the first one to take a stock in this game. Gonna be hit by that slide special there, on up to 151.3, but still looking okay. That's an up tilt to up air. I find it really interesting how the CPUs play. Oh. I thought he was gonna just parry all the hits, and I would have thought that would have been... Or, I thought that would have been hilarious, I guess. Not would have. Thought would have, but... That would have been hilarious due to the fact that Banjo flexes whenever he parries, but he also just footstooled Cloud with Limit, forcing him to die at that position. Hold on, I've got a phone call, so I'll be right back. But yeah, sorry about that. I had to answer a phone call there. It's kind of important. But it looks like Banjo's going to win that game with a golden feather. I was watching it during the call, but I just didn't get to say anything. But yeah, Banjo is going to be moving on to round 2 against Sans. Now we've got Ryu versus Mega Man. And sorry if the stream's cut out. No, it didn't. Okay. My capture card kind of fell, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't destroy the stream. If I move it. Okay, it didn't. That's good. That always worries me. Yeah, we got Mega Man versus Ryu here on Yoshi's Island Brawl. This is actually probably my least favorite stage in the game. I just don't really like the bottom platform there, and I feel like the top platform encourages a lot of platform camping that happens on the stage. Which isn't necessarily bad for Mega Man, it's just kind of an annoying thing to go through with other characters. Because I do play a lot of random, so... play a wide variety of characters most of the time. But... yeah, somehow Mega Man was able to dodge it even though he's standing right next to Ryu. And Ryu's got a bit of a percent lead on Mega Man here, but... feel like something could happen here, for sure. And hold on 1 second again, and I'll be back. Yeah, sorry, but that is just a random number. But yeah, Mega Man's going to lose his stock there to Ryu's Shoryuken, and then Ryu loses his stock to Mega Man's Tornado. This is up air, but I can't tell if Ryu had inputted that Shoryuken or not. Now Ryu's getting revenge with the up airs. I guess, like, the platform camping thing for Mega Man's not necessarily great, because if your opponent's, like, platform camping you and switching between the platforms and things like that, you can't really attack them while you're falling with Mega Man unless you do, like, a falling fair, because a lot of your aerials and stuff like that are a bit too slow. I guess you could start something like Leaf Shield, and then, as you're going down, try to hit them with it, but... maybe with, like, Metal Blade. But a lot of Mega Man's aerials and things like that only cover in front of or behind him, depending on which one you're using. Like, the one that covers underneath him is down air. It's a bit too slow for landing, I think. Unless you're landing pretty high above someone and can kind of start it up early. Yeah, double up tilt there into Shoryuken's not enough to KO Mega Man there. Tries an up air as well. Manages to land the down air on Ryu. There's Metal Blade up at him, but it's not going to connect, and neither does the up air. Fair. Could see an edge guard here, or neutral air, I believe that was. No, wait, that was fair. It's kind of hard for me to distinguish between those two moves with Ryu, but down tilt to Shoryuken there, I can definitely tell what that is, so. Thought we could potentially see Mega Man go for a footstool there. Instead he went for a wall jump. As Ryu was recovering low, thinking the same thing. But yeah, Mega Man catches Ryu with up air, and that is going to be enough to KO. As Ryu doesn't escape it. So it's a pretty even game here. Mega Man actually takes the lead, although Ryu takes it back pretty quickly. He actually could have landed that if he would have gone for it, but instead backed away, and then Mega Man punished with forward smash. Up special didn't really connect there. I've never had that happen, but I've had like up air and stuff mess up a lot. Which is part of the reason why I'm a pretty large advocate for just like patches that fix multi-hits rather than patches that fix stuff like sleeping animations. Like, I mean, I guess that's okay as well, but I guess mainly patches that change the gameplay balance, like nerf or buff characters. I'd rather just see all the multi-hits in the move, or all the multi-hit moves in the game get fixed before patches that change characters release. Or at least all the ones that cause errors. But yeah, that's going to be the game there. Mega Man with a pretty good edge guard on Ryu there. Wasn't doing that well for most of the game, but came back there at the end after landing that up air edge guard. Now we've got Falco versus Snake. So whoever wins this will go on to battle Mega Man in the next round. Tries to get a read on Falco there, but Falco punches with a get-up attack. Snake with about a 10% lead over Falco. Not too great, but... Sorry about that. Not too great, but still decent enough to be able to potentially get an edge guard here. Like how he went for the double Nikita. Like he canceled one Nikita and then used the second Nikita. Although it did get hit by that up special from Falco, it was still good enough to be able to put him into an unfavorable position and potentially get a stock. And that Nikita is going to be able to connect though. Although Snake gets edge guarded by Falco's forward smash there due to facing the wrong way whenever using his up special. Falco really needs to start getting in like a hit or a combo, something like that, to be able to get in some percent and make this game a bit closer. Maybe potentially in his favor, but he at least needs it to be much closer than what it currently is. And Snake really isn't playing too defensively, which I think Falco would much rather play against. That was a really good read there off of Falco, or at least a lot of good reads actually. That almost took the stock. Had Snake air dodged a bit, or been able to air dodge a bit sooner, than it would have ended on the invincibility, like right as soon as down air would have connected. That would have been like a really good combo for Falco. Yeah, I like that up special actually. That did a decent amount to Snake there to be able to even up the game. Like Falco's at a really dangerous percent here, so that's really useful. Oh, that's not good for Falco though. He does choose the right option that Snake wasn't ready for though. And then like tries to wave dash that C4 there. If he wouldn't have landed that hit and Snake would have, like both of those times, then he would have died there. This is a very close stock for both characters here. They both just need one strong hit to be able to take it. Question is who's gonna go first. Looks like it's going to be Snake with back air, but I'm sure Falco's about to retaliate with back air. He just needs to play like he did that second stock, and then he's got this game potentially. Although Snake did not play badly that stock either, as they were both able to survive for quite a while. Snake hits a bit heavier than Falco, so it's a bit less impressive, but 170 is nothing to scoff at. Or whatever percent that was, it was a bit over. But yeah, that side special, okay, that is going to be enough to KO. I didn't know what percent Falco was before he fell. I thought he was at like 40. But no, he was a bit higher than that. So, looks like Snake is going to be able to take that game and move on to round 2 against Mega Man. So that's going to be a pretty long fight there. Next we've got Mario versus Ridley. Yeah, this stage will not be in the next CPU tournament. I forgot to disable these stages before I started because kind of rushed getting started, so that way I'd have enough time to stream. Yeah, in the next CPU tournament, this stage will not be on there. And it's not necessarily a legal one due to the platforms being that close to the blast zone. At least that's why I think it should be illegal. Plus, rotating and all that stuff. Or I don't think it rotates whenever it's hazardous, does it? I guess the platforms just move around. And that bottom area seems like a spot where you could camp with certain characters. I wanted to see Mario go for fair there. If he would have done it, most likely would have killed. But he ended up getting back to stage, so I guess that works as well. The stage is a really nice stage. Personally, I think that the Heroes stage, the Sigil's Altar, or whatever it was called, I personally like that one's background a bit better than this one. Although this one doesn't necessarily look bad, it's just, I like that one better. I think this one's about the same as Mementos. Although one thing I do like about it a bit more than the Dragon Quest stage is that it stands still. It doesn't really move unless you're playing with hazards on. It looks like a back throw from Mario there. I mean, not Mario, Ridley. Might lead to an edge guard, but didn't. That up special is going to be enough to take Mario's stock, so... Though even on stocks, Ridley is 87.6% behind, so... Not too favorable for him. But Mario could have SD'd there. Forward smash is going to definitely be enough in that little cave area down there. Dash attack's going to land. Doesn't really get that neutral special edge guard, but does get a neutral air. Doesn't kill either, but that side special might... No, it doesn't. Next one will, though, for sure. The neutral layer is going to add a bit more percent onto Mario. So, things aren't looking good for this stock for him, but next stock, who knows what could happen. He needs to get some hits on Ridley if he wants it to be for sure victory, but it'll at least be even, and so far, whenever it started, it was even as well, so... but yeah, neutral, or I think that was neutral special for Ridley. There was enough to edgeguard Mario at that percent, so Ridley could get a comeback here. He's careful, although Mario's starting to build some percent on him. The thing about the last stock is that whenever Ridley would go for something defensive, Mario would kind of just fly away due to the knockback, but now Mario stays pretty close, and Ridley's so massive that it's pretty easy for him to get some combos on him, which will build up damage quickly. Ridley's going to throw out an up special there. Luckily, just got dash attacked instead of something else happening, but I mean, that could have ended a lot worse. This game's coming slowly even. Ridley's got some percent on Mario here. Both of them could basically just one-shot the other one. Down there is not going to be enough. Neutral air from Ridley. I thought he just slide special Mario off stage. Would have been a great ending, but it didn't really happen. Attack from Mario, it's not going to be enough to lead to a KO into upper, but that up smash will, as the countdown begins. Mario didn't really want to go to sudden death there, and I don't necessarily blame him, because I don't know what Ridley would do there. Could just do like up special and Mario go for an aggressive option and get punished by the up special and then you die. But Mario moves on to round 2, and now we've got PacMan versus Joker, final game of round 1. Round 2 will be significantly faster than round 1 due to the amount of characters being halved, and the fights will be a bit faster as well. At least most of them. But yeah, PacMan with about a 1% lead over Joker here. So Joker able to take the lead with a down tilt to up air. Doesn't land the up shuffle he was going for afterwards, but shouldn't have really expected a training room combo to work. especially whenever that combo was like day one training room, and everyone pretty much knew about it. Yeah, the up smash out of shield there, not going to be enough to take PacMan stock, even with our Sin. That was a really weird up special there. I guess you just expected PacMan to punish him, but PacMan wouldn't have really done anything. He could have taken the stock with like Hydrant's win box. He's actually got the lead now over Joker slightly. I believe due to that. Yeah, the back air from PacMan, not going to be enough to KO from that side, but would have on the other side. Now he's got a key, and that is going to be enough to KO. Thought Joker might be able to DI that, but even in the corner, he wasn't able to make it back. Yeah, that up smash there is going to be enough to take PacMan stock after that side special. If he would have lived that, he still would have been at a pretty high percent due to the percent build up from side special. Yeah, Joker really needs to start getting in some hits here if he plans on coming back. Sorry I'm not talking that much, I'm a bit tired, but yeah, or you could just get up smashed by PacMan there with a pretty good read on Joker jumping, but for Joker that wasn't too great, as PacMan's only at 70, so he either needs to take the stock pretty soon or get in a lot of damage so that way, or like get in a lot of damage from PacMan with, down special, so that way you can build up our Sin and then take that stock and do some damage for the next one. Good read there from PacMan, I guess. Or I guess that was kind of just he had everything lined up, so he went for it, using the Hydrant to land that fair. If that would have been back air, then could have potentially seen an edge guard go out from PacMan, but don't really understand why Joker keeps going for these up specials with our Sin, but I guess he wasn't punished for one of them out of the 4 that I've seen, but for the rest he has been punished. Okay, so he took PacMan stock there, now he just needs to either build up some damage and then maybe go to sudden death while just like building up damage with living, or you know, he could just be edge guarded by Cherry there. So PacMan is going to be moving on to round 2. So Joker has been eliminated. It's going to be, I guess, Mario versus PacMan on that side. I was about to say, I don't think any DLC characters made it outside of Banjo, but I guess Sans is a DLC character. Yeah, round 2, battle 1. Got Lucina versus Little Mac. Normally this would be a pretty easy fight for Lucina, but I'm interested to see how this CPU Mac plays, as he was able to defeat Hero, so already taken the lead by an up smash there. It was a bit of a trade, but definitely went in his favor. Landed forward smash. I could see edge guard goes for a crouch cancel on that up special from Lucina, because yep, going for another one. Don't know why he doesn't just shield that whenever he knows that he's going to be hit through the floor there by that. Yeah, Lucina 3 had a really laggy option there whenever he had KO punch, so that's a pretty easy punish for him. Be able to build up a lot of damage there. Lucina needs to take this stock pretty soon and then start working on the next one if she's going to make a comeback here. Although there has been reverse 3 stocks in the past, so jab there by Little Mac to an upward angled forward smash. The things aren't necessarily looking that well for Lucina now that Little Mac is 2 stocks ahead. Although at 104%, could lose his stock at any second, but don't know if he's going to. He's playing pretty well. Though there he was just kind of spamming fairy. Does a slip counter right in front of shielding Lucina, so wasn't too smart to play. But he's got KO punch. He does miss it, but much rather miss it than not even go for it and then lose it. Although it did leave him somewhat open, it's not too bad. That could have been much worse if he went for something like forward smash. Well, technically he was in the air, so he couldn't, but you get what I mean. Lucina was able to take a stock, but already at 50% on this stock. Gonna need some magic to happen for this game to go into her favor. Keeps missing that down smash 2-frame timing for Lucina there. He's got another KO punch. He's gonna most likely receive one more for the end of this match. Cena with triple down air, which the last one was an edge guard, although it didn't spike on any of the hits. Gonna be a buffer, or not a buffer, but parry into up throw there from Lucina. Gets caught by Little Mac's up smash. But yeah, Lucina's managed to take it down to the last stock at least, so you've got to respect her for that, but really good read there from Lucina, although did get shielded on that forward smash. The play before that was really good though, like to enter into that check chase. But Little Mac with a B reversed neutral special there is going to be able to take the stock, as it is KO punch at 120. Game became, like, really unexpected to really close to Little Mac winning against Cena, so guess we're gonna have to see either Little Mac versus Sans or Banjo, depending on who wins this game.
3, 2, 1, go!
Sans with a pretty early lead, although Banjo was able to do a bit of percent with that down air. Sans is actually doing pretty good this game compared to the last one where he kind of made a comeback, but this game he's got a pretty decent lead over Banjo at the beginning here, although Banjo is starting to get in some percent. That was a really nice combo from him with that double up air and then the grenade hit, allowing him to build up a lot of percent. Wasn't sure if that was going to kill or not, but towards the end I realized that it was, so Sans takes the first stock with a forward smash, although sure his first stock will not be too far behind. Banjo to get. That was a really good edge guard there from Banjo, like even though it didn't, or I guess just a good hit, not necessarily a good edge guard, because it technically allowed Sans to get back to stage. I just like the play. I don't even care that it didn't necessarily do what Banjo wanted it to do. It still was a really good play for building up percent. And then that was a really nice read from Invader there, down tilt to side special, reading the tech roll in. I guess even tech roll out would have been punished there. The only thing that wouldn't have been punished would be like neutral get up, if he timed it right, or get up attack, something like that. Or I think get up attack doesn't make you invincible if you do it from there, although I'm not necessarily too sure on that. I never tested it. Because I don't usually mess with, like, ledge get-ups and get-up attacks, things like that, whenever I mess around in training mode. But yeah, that slide special from Banjo is going to be enough to take the stock, so... Sans now a bit behind Banjo. Things have kind of turned around this game. Could see another turnaround, but... Banjo with a really nice combo there. Doing about... what was that, a 45% combo? No, I guess really a string, but it was still really nice to see. I didn't necessarily expect it. I thought he was just going to take him all the way up and then, like, hit him with some kind of move that sends up pretty high and then go for, like, slide special. Or something like that to be able to take the stock. But slide special there will be enough, so Banjo moves on to round 2. Or I guess semifinals, not round 2, because we're already doing round 2. And we'll have to battle against Little Mac. Next up, we've got Mega Man versus Snake. Probably should skip this battle, it's gonna be a bit of time, but I'm not going to do that. I was on Pokemon Stadium 2, it might be a bit faster. Wait, no, this is 1. I think. Yeah, I believe it's 1 due to the lines on the ground. There's only 1. I think that's the difference if I remember correctly. Like the lines on each side of where the fighters spawn. Like, I know there's a few other differences, but that's like the main one that I can think of, is the number of lines on the ground. Like, I know one has 1 and the other one has 2, but I don't know which one. I used to know, but I just haven't really played on Pokemon Stadium in a while. Even with, like, playing online on a competitive only rule set, I haven't played Pokemon Stadium a lot due to people just not playing on it, I guess. But Mega Man's going to take that first stock with an up air on Snake here. Mega Man's playing pretty aggressively, compared to Snake, who's playing a bit more laid back. Which kind of surprising, actually. I would have thought it would have been the other way around, and Snake would have to approach things like that, but... I mean, the way that I play Mega Man is pretty aggressive, it's just I know a lot of other people play a lot more defensive-based Mega Man with, like, just kind of camp one side with pellets and things like that, and that usually works out pretty well. But I guess against Snake, Snake has decent enough melee options to where it might not work well for Mega Man, who has pretty mediocre melee options, especially if you're, like, juggling him and things like that. But yeah, Snake able to take Mega Man's first stock there, and also build up a lot on the second stock. This would help him out a lot. But Mega Man just needs or just needs like one good hit, or like an up air or something like that to be able to take Snake's second stock, not Mega Man's, Snake's second stock. Although now it's turned somewhat even, about 9% difference. Yeah, that up air into the up smash is going to be enough to take Mega Man's stock. Get that lined up perfectly. Sadly, another up smash not connecting to Mega Man, but he was able to land that up tilt, so that's definitely going to be a stock. So it's a bit close to the game. Mega Man's 40% behind, but I mean, you can do just like a down special or some back airs to be able to get about 40%. Yeah, that forward smash should... Okay. Yeah. Wait, Jaden, bearish. Oh, that's cool. I don't have the Shulk amiibo. But yeah, it looks like Snake is going to be moving on to semifinals. But yeah, like, the amiibos that I have are just characters that I like, but I used a secondary Shulk, so I thought about getting one for a while, but now I don't really play him as often. Yeah, PacMan with a decent string on Mario here at the beginning. a bit awkward of an end, but looks like PacMan is going to make it back. Let's get up attack to Mario there to a dash grab. Mario really needs to start getting some combos on PacMan in return for the beginning there. Down special there is going to build up Mario's percent some, but PacMan still hasn't been able to take the stock. Lands an up air there. So he's starting to bridge the gap, although PacMan is going to be the one who takes the first stock. Fireball into Nair. Be back throw here. Don't know if it's gonna kill. It's not, but it gets pretty close. Down smash will kill though, as PacMan tried to air dodge back to ledge. Mario not doing too great this stock at 72.9 already, although he's done some decent damage to PacMan compared to this percentage of the last stock, with up smash out of parry there, allowing him to build it up to about 38.3. It's kind of weird going back and playing other Smash games after getting used to the decimals in this game. Because whenever I first played this game, I had only played Smash 4, so it was weird with the decimals, but now I've gotten used to them. PacMan had a really nice edge guard there with that footstool, and then he went for the recovery underneath Dreamland. I thought Wispy was going to get his first kill of the season, but instead PacMan ended up surviving him. I believe he was the first person to beat Wispy Woods. At least the first CPU to do it. Sure that Pikachu players could do that effortlessly, because they can kind of just sit underneath the stage and slide special infinitely, pretty much. Or like Snake as well. We have Mario with an up special there. It's going to build up some damage on PacMan, but he still needs to close out this stock if he even hopes to make this game close. Although PacMan keeps getting in these trades, which is really good for him. Even being at 144%, that just means that on the next stock, Mario's going to be that much higher, even if he trades for something like fourth match. But he gets parried on his neutral air into an up smash from Mario. So, definitely not something he wanted to happen, but can't really combo Mario at this percent, so he's gonna have to go for something else like a parry and back throw. Mario able to get about 46.7% on PacMan already this stock, so it's getting closer. Got 30 seconds left, so we could see Mario try to camp PacMan out and go to sudden death for the first sudden death this season, but don't think he'll do it. Maybe though, because it's already about 15 seconds left. Yeah. PacMan with the spot dodge read there on Mario lands forward smash. So, looks like PacMan is going to be moving on to semifinals against Snake. So, I guess that side's just going to be the projectile character side, where this side has a chance to be able to not really be projectile based. Although Banjo can, at times, be a bit projectile heavy. Looks like it's going to be Little Mac versus Banjo at Pokemon Stadium 2 for first game of semifinals. And yeah, there's also the circles on the platform, I forgot about that. So I do believe this, and then the screen in the background. but I do believe this is Pokemon Stadium 2. I don't really know why most people choose 2 over 1. I guess it just looks a bit better in some ways, but depending on who you talk to, I guess. I prefer this stage over 1, but they're pretty identical. Yeah, it looks like Little Mac and Banjo are a bit closer. What was that? Was that like neutral air into neutral air? I think that was true as well. Never seen that. I'm guessing it's something frame perfect, so that's why I haven't seen it, but I would not want to be this Banjo at the moment. You know, Banjo was just released about a week ago, hasn't really been optimized to his full potential yet, against a Mac who was able to do neutral air into neutral air. It's not exactly someone I want to play against. But yeah, lands a forward smash on Little Mac, taking the first stock. Manages to catch Banjo's grenade, although he doesn't throw it in time. Might happen with this one as well, and it does. Banjo starting some Kazooie spam. Though he is caught by Little Mac's fully charged neutral B, because he's... I mean, I don't know how he got hit by that or why, but he just did back air into forward smash, and I guess that makes up for it. And managed to eliminate Little Mac's stock off of it, catching his recovery with a neutral air. So I guess Banjo's a bit better than I thought. Thought he wouldn't have been optimized fully yet, but looks like he's getting at least pretty close to it. I know my Banjo, who is just a secondary, although I've been putting a lot of work into him because I need to get in practice with even secondaries and stuff like that. Has been pretty decent in terms of like results and stuff. Like I haven't really lost as badly as with some of my other characters with Banjo. So I don't think that's bad for a week of trading. Obviously I've improved a lot since like the beginning of the game, but yeah. Back to the match. Looks like Little Mac is going to be able to edgeguard Banjo there with that down smash. Making it even turn to stock, although Mac's already at 58.2% this stock. A double side special could be the end, but so could a KO punch, and he does land it on Banjo and takes the game.
Nice work, man. Got it all figured out.
I mean, yeah, Banjo kind of just fell apart at the end there, kept getting hit by those neutral airs, and then got up to 30%-ish, which is where KO Punch is going to be able to kill, and Mac managed to catch him shielding. Kinda sucks to see, but that's just how the game is sometimes. And there's a bit of a frame rate drop there, sorry about that. Don't know why it decided to randomly drop there, but it's been pretty consistent throughout. I have been monitoring it a bit. Although, as soon as I stop paying attention to it, it's going to drop. Yeah, now we've got PacMan versus Snake. PacMan doing a bit of a dance on the other side of the stage. I think he's just kind of here to have fun. Like, PacMan's always got a smile on his face. He's never really sad or mad about anything. He always just seems to be super happy in this game. So... even with a grab as bad as his, it still doesn't look sad. Like, even his, like, grab animation, whenever he misses it, where he makes the sad-ish, like the sad-ish face, I couldn't really say that, but whenever he makes that face, it's still not too sad. It looks kind of sarcastic, actually. Yeah, PacMan actually landed an up air to back air. He got the reversed it and comboed in back air, I'm saying, pretty good. Although, it's pretty close at the moment. PacMan able to get the Galaxian. Don't know what he's going to do with it yet. Well, if I had to guess, he's going to use it to combo into something. Oh no, wait, he got the bell? I thought he was just going to push Snake into the bell, not really dash attack, but I guess that works as well, somewhat. Still pretty even. No one's lost a stock yet, but Snake did just get hit by his own grenade. Hit PacMan there, but PacMan's DI saved him and then got caught by Nikita. But Snake's already at 173, so he doesn't necessarily have a lot left in stock. Back throw here is going to be enough to KO. So PacMan able to get a melon there. And also takes the percent lead back by about 2, although it's increased a bit now. Snake with a dash dance of its own. From earlier, PacMan had tried to dash dance on Snake, while Snake kind of got stuck on the fire hydrant. Down smash here from PacMan. Not going to be enough to KO, but it's going to add some more percent to Snake, who hasn't really been able to hit PacMan that much this stock, surprisingly. Last stock it was pretty even, although this stock PacMan seemed to be spacing and stuff a bit better. Though he is choosing to play a bit aggressively against Snake, which I find kind of weird. I thought he'd be a bit more defensive and kind of campy with projectiles, but instead he's been challenging Snake up close, which is a bit risky as Snake has good enough melee options to be able to compete, even though he's a more zoner-based character, kind of like PacMan. But the one issue that PacMan has currently is killing Snake, because the aerials don't really have a lot of knockback, so, and that's mainly when he's been able to hit Snake with. That C4 to 4 tilt is really nice from Snake. He timed it just perfectly. Yeah, forward smash trade there, although I guess really PacMan got hit by the grenade and traded forward smash with the grenade, so he was able to avoid Snake's forward smash, which it's probably the smartest play that I've seen from a CPU, but I don't know if that's truly what happened or if PacMan just got really lucky with that forward smash, because that forward smash killed Mega Man at 40, so I mean he was able to leave it there though, and Mega Man was at ledge, so. Back air from Snake. It's going to be enough scale. Oh, I guess I hadn't seen PacMan lost another stock. I didn't realize he was on the final one. So maybe Snake was doing better and I just didn't see it. But, yeah, it looks like Snake is going to take that game there. Or maybe he just did good that stock. I don't know. And like he'd taken the stock in between. I don't know, but we've got Snake versus Little Mac for finals here. Little Mac has done really well against a lot of bad matchups, so which is pretty much just every character in the game, but I'm interested to see how this goes. Snake didn't get the first hit necessarily, but it looks like he's going to be the first person with a decent lead. Going to be on Fountain of Dreams as well. This stage isn't legal due to frame rate drop issues, but the CPU is not really going to be that much of a problem. Little Mac going to land a side special there on Snake, adding up to the percent lead that he has on Snake currently. Snake really needs to start getting hits on Mac, or just like trying to fight him at all to be able to get the lead again. Especially when Little Mac's at KO punch, and then you've got Snake with his up special being the way that it is, which makes him completely vulnerable to it. Although he does lose the KO punch, as he missed, but thanks. Ooh, that's really unlucky by Snake. The position that he was in made it where the C4 actually got stuck to the fountain, so he was unable to use it to recover. Definitely really lucky for Little Mac though. Although with the way that Snake's been playing, it might take a bit more than luck to be able to defeat him. really weird dash chance by Mac there, but still kind of cool to see. Little Mac does have KO Punch, and Snake is at a percent where it will kill, but now he's lost it due to Snake getting pretty good reads. Nikita sends all the way on the other side of the map, but Mac still unable to recover due to a second Nikita. Looks like Snake might take this game, although you could see Mac come back from this. He has come back from much worse. We saw with the, I believe that was the BanjoKazooie game. Where that was BanjoKazooie game, because he just kept like landing that up air, and then that was able to build up enough for Sid to be able to get the KO with the KO punch. Which is what he could be setting up for here. Snake's starting to play a lot more defensively here. We're seeing a lot more explosions and things like that out of him, which is really good. Although, Little Mac gets pretty unlucky. He techs on the platform, which was good, but I think it's Snake's C4 was there, so he had that whole match planned out ahead of time, so I guess Snake is going to be the one to take that game. And also, the first CPU tournament of this season. Although I don't think it's not the first CPU tournament this year, because we had the stuff with Joker. But yeah, I don't have enough time for another one, or else I might have done a double one. But all the characters except for Snake are currently valid for entering, and then King Dedede and Captain Falco are still invalid due to them having won CPU tournaments in the past. But characters that have won a previous tournament are not allowed to enter in a second tournament until the pre-contest of champion stuff, which just mainly affects ring. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this CPU tournament. Snake with pretty easy victory over Mac, after Mac made a pretty good run through all of the matchups that he was handed. But yeah, that's all I'm going to have time to stream for tonight. I guess I will see everyone tomorrow in the next stream.